Pitter patter, let's get at her. It is an evening game in Fort Saskatchewan. Rebels versus Crude. The best rivalry in junior lacrosse meets up one more time at the old version of the JRC. Going under renovation this fall. Probably not back till 2025, and who knows what it'll look like then. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway in Fort Saskatchewan. Crude get possession first. 4-14 on the season as CROW Simonson lays the body early. Rebels going right to left, wearing their home black jerseys, red and white trim. Jackson Baker has the ball. He'll dance around, ends up behind the net. Tate Wedman will defend. Baker up top, Fodchuk, stopped by Jordan Peck, the former Fort Saskatchewan Rebel netminder, getting the call for St. Albert. Between the pipes for Fort Saskatchewan, Bowen Carpenter will go. He's got an .813 save percentage this season. Dylan Kerr with the ball. Low shot. Kick saved by Carpenter. It'll bounce all the way down to Jordan Peck. .767 save percentage for 00 so far this season. Up to Schaff. Down for Leon. He's looking for a lane to pass it through, and Schaff into the corner up top. Pickering loads, and Carpenter makes the save. Ball grabbed by Ethan Hackett in the defensive zone, and the outlet finds Seth McKenzie. For CROW Simonson, toe drag towards the net, and it's wide. Grabbed by Reed Lowe. Lowe wants to drive now in front, and he steps in the crease. Lowe, he's got 21 goals on the year. Played a few less games. He has been called up with the Junior A minors a few times this season as well. Here goes Caden Pickering. Down for Wedman. Looks like he'll play out of both gates today. Ball grabbed by Ben Raynaud, a former Crude member. Was on loan there last season. Ethan Peterson, the captain for Josh McCallion, leading the team in points this year with 76. Josh Fodchuk picked up at the deadline from St. Albert. Peterson now, 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Fodchuk on the run, and he scores. Josh Fodchuk draws first blood, and it's 1-0 Rebels. Against his former team, Josh Fodchuk makes them pay. It's Peterson on the crease, runs around, he hits Fodchuk up top, who's able to go short side high on Jordan Peck and makes it 1-0 Fort Saskatchewan. Didn't have any the last time these two teams have played. The Rebels are 3-0 against the Crude this season, but Fort Saskatchewan going to the sin bin now, and St. Albert will get to test out their power play here with 17:15 left to go in period number 1. Cross check is the call on CROW Simonson. Bowen Carpenter stops Pickering. Avery Stenson's up top on this power play, and he throws it away. Defender got a stick in there, and Carter Albrecht sends the 4-man unit up the floor. Reese Walsh. Pick got set by Fodchuk. Walsh has to peel back. Ducharme will defend. Ball got knocked free. It's going to end up in the corner. And the Crude will control as the shot. Oh, no, they will not. Thought they had it. They reset the shot clock even. Now they've got it, and I don't think they're going to actually reset it. Schaff runs down. Still minute 5 left on this Crude power play here in the JRC. Quick stick by Leung, and he scores. Didn't have to set up the power play. Schaff to Leung to the back of the net, and we're tied at 1. Quick work by the Crude on their power play. They capitalize on the first one of the game, and it's Simon Leung who finds the back of the net off a beautiful feat by Brendan Schaff. Albrecht hit Peterson out in front. Crude bench wanted a call on him. That won't come. Knotted up at 1, less than 16 to go in the opening frame. McCallion down for Joma. Up top to Peterson. He bobbled it. Took a slash from Wedman. And now the two of them continue. Penalty upcoming. Pass back for Simonson. He grabs it off the board. Simonson on the run. Save made by Peck, and a call is upcoming. It'll be a cross-check call against St. Albert. And so, while the Crude capitalize on their power play, the Rebels will get one of their own here with 15:37 to play in period 1. I believe they're going to send off Cale Harris. I think he's pleading his case that you got the wrong person. Ref says you can take a seat for 2 or less. Fodchuk dropped the pass on the power play. Baker's going to recover up top. It'll be a lefty strong look here. McCallion and Lowe are the righties. Fodchuk on the roll, looking for his second. Shoulder save made by Peck. Shot clock gets reset. Peterson for Fodchuk. Baker steps into one. It's off the logo of Peck. Rebounds in the air. Peterson can't get to it as a jump ball, and Dizwanka got there, and Peterson lowers the boom. The captain puts his shoulder into the defender, and the Rebels' power play continues. Baker for Lowe. Baker now. Low shot, save made by Peck off that right pad. McCallion pushed out. Fodchuk's pass got intercepted, and McBride's just going to roll this one down into the corner. .50 seconds left in the power play. McBride playing through injury, gutting it out for the final weekend of the regular season. You know how much this one means to St. Albert and Fort Saskatchewan. Lowe's inside, and he scores. The Bouncers will go, and Reed Lowe on the power play makes it 2-1 for the Fort. Well, the Crude capitalize on their power play. The Rebels will do so as well. It's Reed Lowe who goes low and short side on Jordan Peck here. McCallion just works it down. Low, 4 steps to the middle. McBride gives him just enough space to shoot, and he makes him pay. 2-1. Rebels lead here in the JRC. Riley Lewis now getting an offensive look. Over to Peterson. Back to Joma. Shot got blocked. Fodchuk hits Joma. 5 to shoot. Back to Fodchuk. Low shot got blocked by Harris. Fodchuk, another former Crude member, made his impact felt in the North Bubble here in 2021. Was talks of a potential trade earlier this year as he wasn't playing, and decided at about the midway point, well, probably 3/4 of the way through, hey, I kind of miss this game. I want to be back, and now he's wearing Rebels red. Jackson Baker cuts underneath, puts a cold shoulder into the defender, tossed to the ground, and Jordan Peck has his 7th save of the game. Each team has 1 power play goal. 7 minutes into regulation time here at the JRC. Drader running away looking for an outlet. Kerr standing right beside him, and he won't give it to him. Now he will. It's the big man, Dylan Kerr, leading the team in points. Over to Wedman. Shot got blocked. Back for Kerr. 5 to shoot. He'll drive inside, and Bowen Carpenter seals off the post. The ball's going to bounce and end up behind the net. And now Hackett's got to be careful as he runs over Wedman. Ethan Peterson. Low shot, kicked out by Jordan Peck. Lewis. Down for Peterson. Not sure he was ready for it. Pass came in pretty hot. Josh McCallion now. Down pick kind of pushed the defender in his tracks. Peterson now pushed to the ground by Searson. Got up with a dozen on the shot clock. McKenzie trying to go low again. Peck kicks it out. McCallion can't handle the rebound. Smith now was running up the floor. Lost it for a second. Then he got it back, and he'll slow things down wisely. Smart by Tyson Smith to pull that one back out instead of trying to push it forward, where you're going to be running into 3 defenders. Here's Simon Leung to the net. Save made by Carpenter. Rebounds in the slot, and Carter Albrecht is going to go for a jog. Schaff is on his numbers. Albrecht to the net, and he scores. Stings the bottom corner, and Carter Albrecht makes it 3-1 Rebels. In transition, let him cook. Carter Albrecht with 11:13 left to go in period number 1 has extended that Fort Saskatchewan lead to 3-1. Albrecht unassisted. And with 11 to play in period number 1, Fort Saskatchewan's up 3-1. Schaff now to the net. Save made by Bowen Carpenter. He's up to 6 on the game now. Albrecht with it again. And a couple the other night. Maybe he's feeling it. Here's Fodchuk, 1-on-1. Good defensive play there by Tristan Anderson to get his stick in the way. Fodchuk for Simonson. The brother of Sebastian Simonson. Fodchuk now punched out by Peck. Loose ball, and McCallion can't get to it before the defender in Dawson James. James included in that Fodchuk deal at the deadline, along with Caden Pickering, who has the ball right now. Pickering, he'll try and drive on Scrimshaw, and Bowen Carpenter got his left arm on it. I do believe Pickering stepped in the crease as well. Here goes Seth McKenzie. Pop back for Baker. Baker over to Joma. Pick got set by Lowe. Back to Reed Lowe. Low shot, and it goes off a Peck and ends up in the corner. Joma, short side, scores. Sark Joma finds the back of the net, and it's 4-1 Rebels. That's what an offensive speed will do for you. As the Rebels moving their feet, the Crude couldn't keep up, and by the time it gets to Joma, he doesn't have to use an offensive set. He catches the pass, knows where his nose is looking, and he goes short side as Jordan Peck is leaning the other way, and the Rebels are up by a field goal. Ethan Peterson now for McCallion. McCallion breaking ankles. One more to the net, and it's knocked free by Cale Harris. The big young defender got in the way and finally put a stop to Josh McCallion for that shift. Dylan Kerr, 32 goals on the season, and somehow a playoff team didn't pick him up. Leung's shot. That got soaked by Reese Walsh. Hit him in the berries, I think. He'll go off for a change. Leung down inside, and the shot by Stenson got stopped by Carpenter. Here goes Albrecht, 1-on-3. Decides, hey, 1 goal this period's enough for me. 14-8 are the shots. Bonchuk for McCallion. Down to Reed low. Trying to go short side, put it a foot wide. Here goes Kerr up the floor. Kerr 1-on-1, drives inside and he scores. Dylan Kerr. Oh my goodness. They are gonna say that didn't go in. I'll let you decide at home whether that one was in or not, as the ball is gonna bounce back to Lewis. Peterson, outside look, save made by Jordan Peck. Probably for the best. The Crude are already eliminated for playoffs. We might have seen a bench or two thrown on the floor by their coaching staff, that is. Stenson. Down for Leon. Albrecht got his stick in the way. Ball's on the concrete, and he'll scoop up the Lucy. Vetch for Low. Big save made by Jordan Peck. Scooped up to Pickering. 4-1 with 7:05 left to play in period number 1. Stenson. Shot got deflected. Rylan Walsh got his stick in the way. Scrimshaw got taken out. He's not happy about it. Back the other way. Vodchuk flipped to Low, and he scores. Reed Low dances around the crease, puts one home for his second of the game, and it's 5-1 Rebels. Quickly back the other way in transition. Fort Saskatchewan makes them pay. Ray Lowe's now got 23 on the season. Look at Fonchuk, a 3-on-1, and he drags the defender over. You couldn't play it any better if you're the ball handler on that odd man rush. Fonchuk makes the pass. Reed Lowe makes it happen, and it's 5-1 for the Fort. Dylan Kerr now rips one off the post. Back for Jordan Peck. He'll bounce one back up to Kerr. They got plenty of time on the ticker to work with. Leon for Pickering. Schaff sets the pick, and he's sandwiched in there. Scrimshaw and Lewis, I believe, close in on Schaff, and they're going to call Scrimshaw. Maybe a roughing call. Nonetheless, St. Albert go to the power play here with 6:02 left in period 1. Interference will be the call on Miller Scrimshaw on the Crude power play. That's 1-for-1. Gets another crack in this period. Avery Stenson up top. Lefty strong look. Leung and Kerr are on his right. Pickering and Schaff are on his left. Schaff back to Kerr. Trying to go low on Carpenter. He falls back on it, and he controls. Reyno up for McKenzie. 1-on-1. He'll wait it out as the second defender comes in for the double team. McKenzie cuts around them, takes a shot to the third defender, and now Baker steps into Leung. Breakaway back the other way. Crude on the power play, and breakaway attempt won't go, but Leung's got the loose ball. Chase Richardson had a breakaway opportunity, missed the net, but the power play will continue. Stanson, Pickering, McKenzie causes a turnover. 2-on-1. Tyson Lewis is in the mix as well. McKenzie won't get a shot off. It's going to bounce out in front. Lewis has it. They'll see he reached into the crease and he was knocked in anyways. Crude without Nicholas Lopez, Regan Walker, Tucker Nolsky, Bennett Fry, and Zexton Blake in this one. Crude without Hunter Lukoweski, Alex Zordiak, Xander Maxwell, Fraser Barrett, Riley Longmire, Nolan Eastwood, and Jackson Kohut. Stenson's up top. Kicked out by Carpenter. Loose ball for Wedman and Bowen Carpenter. The youngster has to make another save. Albrecht in transition, picked off by Kerr. Dylan Kerr now stretch pass. He's got Wedman all alone and he misses the cage. Leon Wedman, here's Schaff down the highway and his shot's wide as he gets run over by Carter Albrecht. Ben Reynaud now, the righty on his backhand, won't get a shot off. Chaos is the only way to describe these two offenses over the past 60 seconds. Both sides of the floor, nothing is staged. Dylan Kerr, we're back to even strength. Crude power play 50% in the game. Schaff now got his stick up high on Scrimshaw. And I believe they're going to call a penalty on him. He'll throw his arms in the air like he doesn't know what he did, but the ref was right in front, and the Rebels are going to the power play. Fort Saskatchewan 1-for-1 on the man advantage, and they got another chance here with 3:34 left in the opening frame. Reed Lowe has the lone power play marker. He's got the ball in the corner now as well. Baker slides inside, trying to go short side, missed the net. McCallion for Lowe. Cross Creek's feed, Peterson. Now Baker will take the shot and he bounces it wide. Fodchuk, little toe drag shot at the end of the shot clock and he got it off. Power play continues. Wise play by Fodchuk, got it off just in time. Peterson to Lowe, back over to Fodchuk, fake quick stick. Now he's going to throw it inside. Peck wasn't ready for it, but he makes the save. Outlet pass is wild, and Josh McCallion grabs it. 65 seconds left on this Rebels power play. Peterson back to Lowe. One-timer misses. Baker for Lowe. Back to Baker. Round number 2 on that shot, and he puts it right in the stick of Jordan Peck. McCallion's on the chase. Ball got free from Ducharme for a second. And now Matthew Vetch is going to ride him into the boards. Scrimshaw into help. Ball's locked up on the boards. Now it comes free. Wedman scoops. Vetch is there as well, and he'll knock it free. But there's only 20 seconds left on this power play. So the Rebels going to have to go with a little bit of speed here. 5-1, Fort Saskatchewan leads. $1:45 left to play in period number 1. Calix Simonson, power play time, almost back to even strength. He'll take the shot. Peck makes a save. Riley Lewis on the rebound, stopped by Peck as well. Now Schaff can have a break, and the pass is way over his head. From what could have been a chance out of the box, the Crew throw it away. Down by 4. 75 seconds left here in regulation. Pardon me, in period number 1. Not regulation at all. Lewis over to Fodchuk, trying to go back short side. Peck makes a save. Jordan Peck played last season in Fort Saskatchewan. Picked up in the offseason by the Crew. Drader runs into R. Albrecht. Pickering tries to put a forearm shiver into Scrimshaw. He'll stay on him. Kerr knocks it Going back the other way. Here goes Ethan Hackett on a breakaway. Hackett, twister, save made by Jordan Peck. Jordan Peck now, 16 saves in the period. Crude will use their timeout. And I think they had turned off the shot clock early, but, well, they'll get a drop of play here as Garen Schmerman and company get the chalkboard out. So Darren Beret will have a word with the ref right now. I think they're just going to leave the shot clock off at this point. Not that it's a meaningless game, but the odds the Rebels surpass the Warriors for top spot. I mean, just go buy your lottery tickets tonight. As for the Crude, you kind of wonder where this game would be at if that Kerr no goal had counted. End of the day for them, this is playing for pride. This is the best rivalry in junior lacrosse out here. And over the past few years, we have been treated to some absolute thrillers. And when pride's on the line, these two teams show up night in, night out. I'll clear off some garbage on the floor as we're back underway here. 30 seconds to go in period number 1. 6 on 5. Peck is on the bench. Leung and Pickering are up top. Kerr and Wedman are in the shooter spots. Schaff and Stinson are going to play the crease side. Schaff behind the net for Wedman. Gave him a pass on an awkward angle. Leung has it. He's pushed back. Another chance for Kerr. Down inside, and Stinson's robbed by Carpenter. Bowen Carpenter with a massive save at the end of the period, and Ben Reynaud with a wild shot. Goes wide, and the clock didn't start anyways, but that's how we'll finish period number 1. 5-1. Fort Saskatchewan leads. Shots on goal, 21-13. We'll recap that period, get you set for period number 2 when we come back. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're watching North Lacrosse and the RMLL for free on CROW LAX TV. Back for period at number 2. It's Cale Harris and Calix Simonson on the draw in Fort Saskatchewan at the JRC. Rebels will get first possession of the period, up 5-1, out shooting the Crude 21-13. Reed Lowe had 2 goals in that opening period. Josh Vonchuk had 1, Carter Albrecht had the other, and Tarek Joma added a single as well. Lone goal for the Crude came from Simon Leung. Jordan Peck, an early save as Baker gets wallpapered and then tossed to the ground. Peterson up for Jackson Baker. Little tone drag move. Hard pick got set by Peterson. 12 on the shot clock. Peterson. Lewis. Easy save by Peck, and the rebound rolls through everyone. Crude want to push the pace. Leung won't get the pass. Shot got deflected over the net. Back the other way. Seth McKenzie was waiting for it. Pass won't get to him. Vetch for Albrecht. Carter Albrecht, now a goal scorer. Per his father, that is, at least. McCallion down for Lowe. 6 on the shot clock. Fonchuk inside. Open the scoring in this game. Tries to spin and fire. It's over the net, and it'll bounce 200 feet down towards his own goaltender in Bowen Carpenter. Crude, 1 goal on 14 shots in this game. Tate Wedman will drive, trying to go 5-hole. Carpenter makes the save. Kerr was there for a rebound, and Sheff has it up top. Pushed out by Hackett. Pickering now, wrong side of the road. Save made by Carpenter. He's got the rebound as well on Stenson. Ben Reynaud going for a run. Reynaud down for Baker. Far side fake. Tries to go short side, and it's stopped by Peck. Peterson. 20 on the shot clock. McCallion trying to dive down low. Pushed back by Ducharme. Peterson with the shot, and he tests out the logo of Peck. Ball goes up for Will Drader. He'll try drive around Vetch. Not a defender you can generally beat with your feet in Matthew Vetch. Cause turnover, and Carter Albrecht has Seth McKenzie on a 2-on-1. Here's Albrecht, already has 1 in the game. Back to Fonchuk. Won't shoot, happy to slow it down. Reed Lowe pops it for Joma. Fonchuk with 3 lefties on the floor. He'll run in and set some picks. Joma inside. Peterson tucks it over the net, and it goes out of play. McBride and Peterson will have a few words as they go off. Wedman's inside. Save made by Carpenter. Ben Reynaud off for Josh McCallion. McCallion for Simonson. Hard pick got set by Lowe, and I think they're going to call him on the interference. Reed Lowe gets dinged for the interference, and St. Albert gets their 3rd power play of the game. Avery Stenson will have it up top. Pickering and Schaff are on the left, pardon me. Stenson takes the shot, save made. Pickering on the rebound. Tries to go behind the back, and it's a wild one. Kerr. Through everyone. Schaff back for Kerr. Stenson whips it short side. It's wide. Schaff now to the middle. Picked up by McKenzie, and he's pushed to the ground. McKenzie up from Reese Walsh on a breakaway. Walsh, 5-hole attempt. Easy save for Peck as he didn't have to move. Jordan Peck now throws it away. It's a gimme for Reese Walsh, and McKenzie's inside. Half a foot wide after Jordan Peck went and turned it over. Scrimshaw. Little fake on the hidden ball, and Walsh whipped it wide. Now too many on the floor as Caden Pickering got off early. Rebels are a little confused. I think the ball's also hopping away from them, so they want to know where they can start from. Riley Lewis will have it in the neutral zone, and we're back underway. 45 seconds left in this Crude power play. We played 5 minutes of period number 2. Lewis to the middle, kicked out by the Crude netminder. Peterson, swim move. 1-on-2, and the stick is knocked out of his hand. Richardson behind the net, outlet feet. Ducharme to Kerr. Crude still on the power play. Schaff can't handle the pass, and Bowen Carpenter has got to hop off, and he picks up off the backboard. Reed Lowe gets free in a second, and we're back to even strength. Rebels now 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. Reed Lowe's got fresh legs. Little flip for McCallion and tight, and he scores. Oh, that was pretty. Reed Lowe burns his defenders. A little BTB flip for Josh McCallion, who makes no mistake. Puts it in the back of the net for his 37th of the season, and it's 6-1 Rebels. Little swim move, little pull back, and little whoop inside. McCallion goes short side high on Peck, and Fort Saskatchewan's up by 5. Pickering now. Knocked back by Lewis. Vetch will defend Kerr. Leung around Albrecht, but an illegal pick got set. Vetch leaves it for Riley Lewis. One of the twins. Tyson's out there as well, likely playing defense. Joma puts one in the feet of Fodchuk, and now he's got to race back on Richardson. Fodchuk got tripped up. That's going to hurt the knees a little bit. He'll head off for a change, and they'll get a defender out there. Lewis strips James of the ball. It's still on the ground, and it'll roll to Carpenter in the crease. Walsh out to Josh McCallion. McCallion came into this game with 76 points on the season. Here's Baker breaking ankles inside, and he misses a Yonang cage. He had Peck on the ground. And the Crude escape up 5. Kerr, feed for Leung, got knocked down by Scrimshaw. Reese Walsh took a little smack off the cage. Got to make sure he's awake. Doesn't left to play in the middle frame. Penalty upcoming now against the Crude, who have 6 players on the floor willingly. I think they're just going to leave 6 out there. I feel like seems smart. You probably should get a second penalty for it, though. Reed Lowe Back for Simonson, mixes the quick stick. And the Crude will get one for too many men. And hey, if you got 6 out of there, you might as well just keep playing. Looks like Dominic Ducharme's going to have to serve. The too many men on the floor penalty, though. And Fort Saskatchewan going to the power play. 1 for 2 on the night. Reed Lowe has the lone man advantage marker. Looks like Tyson Smith will actually serve it. Wasn't sure he was on the floor at the time, but the refs still let him get away with it. Fine check for Peterson. Lefty strong look, so Jackson Baker will be up top. Baker now to the middle, save made by Peterson. Dumped down by McBride as him and Ethan Peterson have some words. The two captains, let's just say less than friends on the floor, and they expect to keep watching that battle. Baker inside on the hands on Low. He couldn't handle it, so Jordan Peck now will throw a bouncer. Up for Tyson Dzwanka. One arm, rolls it into the corner. Tate Wedman off the boards, picks it up. Albrecht will defend, and he'll force a turnover. Vetch for Low. Low now. Thought about pushing it on a 2-on-1. Searson was in good position, though. Fodchuk has Baker. McCallion now to the middle. Trying to go short side. It's off target. 10 on the shot clock. Low to Baker, and it's off the throat protector of Jordan Peck. Reed Lowe, 21 seconds left on this power play. Josh McCallion, Low inside for Peterson, and, well, that went off something. I don't know what the heck that went off of, if that was post, if that was Peck, or what. They'll say Peterson cut through the crease as well. James Leung now. Rolls one down. Stenson's there. Carpenter misses it behind, and it's basically just going to rim around the boards. Wedman now. Still with it. Gets bowled over by Carter Albrecht. Albrecht up for McCallion. Back to Fodchuk. Over to Low. Quick stick. Trying to go too high there. Crude now playing one down willingly. That shot goes wide, and it's going to bounce all the way back. Tristan Anderson, 1-on-1. Lewis got back in time to defend. Anderson cuts to the crease, and he's stopped by Carpenter. Unconventional, probably the best way to put it, but Bowen Carpenter keeps it out of the net. Tarek Joma. Fonchek. Doesn't on the shot clock. Knocked down by McBride. Good defensive play by the big man who's battling through this one. Transition attempt, and Carpenter stops Dzwanka. Reese Walsh leaves it for McCallion. Reed Lowe. Little lob pass to Baker. Baker now inside. Save made by Peck. And and we'll get a wipe of the floor down in the Fort Saskatchewan zone with 7:54 left to go in period number 2. Hey, if you're enjoying free lacrosse on CROW LAX TV, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Watching free games in the North all season long. Playoffs start next weekend, but with 7:54, we'll step aside in period number 2 at the JRC. Back underway at the JRC. 6-1 Rebels lead, 7:50 to play in period number 2. Rebels versus Crude. Fort Saskatchewan 3-0 against their North Rebel rivals this season. Inside feed. Kerr is there and he's robbed by Carpenter. Dylan Kerr got inside on his defender and Bowen Carpenter says no. Leah, the lone goal scorer for St. Albert's. Down to Schaff, and he's tossed to the ground by Walsh. Schaff and Walsh will have a few words. Fonchuk up for Lewis. Lewis now as Baker, 3 lefties on the floor. Fonchuk inside, rolls one over to Lowe. There's 10 on the shot clock now. Back to Fonchuk, near side. It's behind Peck, and he's got it with the spinning spoon. Baker pokes it forward. Fonchuk's got the loose ball. 25 on the shot clock. Riley Lewis awaits. He'll take an early shot. Goes off of Peck and out of play, so it'll be Rebels ball, and they get the shot clock reset. Penalties upcoming to Ducharme and Lowe. They'll continue to have words as the 2 number 15s jog off to the sin bin. Just 2 each for roughing, I believe, for Reed Lowe and Dominic Ducharme. So it'll be 4-on-4. Plenty of space out there, and it'll be a Rebels ball. Jackson Baker's up top. 6:30 to play here in period 2. Joma with it. Drives to the net, and he shoots it wide. If you're the Rebels, you're happy you're up 6-1, but with a lot of looks that you're having, you probably wish the offense was executing a little bit better. Especially being this close to playoff time. Joma now, way off from Peterson, and it rolls back to Peck. Harris for Searson. His brother, a Rebels legend, is Brighton Searson, just throws it away. That's Christian Searson that we're talking about, if you didn't get the trivia question. Miller scrimshaw now. Over to Kalix Simonson. Back for Riley Lewis. 10 on the shot clock. He'll drive inside it. He scores. Top shelf. Riley Lewis has his first of the game, and it's 7-1 Fort Saskatchewan. Well, one of the twins has a goal. Riley Lewis sucks in the defender, and it's not even a swim move, but he gets the bottom side on him, and he goes top shelf on Jordan Peck. Right under the crossbar, Rebels have a touchdown. Crude stuck at 1. Leon floats one back for Schaff. Ball still bouncing around. Scrimshaw got his stick in the way. 10 on the shot clock. Schaff's behind the net. Up top for Kerr. He'll likely have to shoot this one, and he floats it low to the glove side. Carpenter makes the save, and he'll stay on his feet. Jackson Baker peels his way back, and he scores. Oh, he hit the E-brake, and then he put it post in. Jackson Baker with the beauty, and it's 8-1 Rebels. Baker's got his 31st of the season. Drives down on his defender, hits the brake, and he just goes low to the stick side on Jordan Peck to make it 8-1. Albrecht got tied up with Harris, and they'll call him for a move and pick. Reed Lowe's got a breakaway. Reed Lowe all alone, and he scores. In transition, they'll say he stepped in the crease, no goal. And now I think we're going to get a wipe of the crease there as well. 8-1 with 4:24 left to go. The Reed Lowe goal is wiped off the board, and we'll get a water break for the netminders, and we'll step aside on CROW LAX TV. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Free Lacrosse to the North all season long. Back underway. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in period number 1. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. Here's Matthew Vetch on a partial break. Bounces it wide. Ben Reynaud climbs the ladder. Comes down with the rebound. You can find me on Twitter at Janner on PXP. If you got any fun facts, you want any shout outs, that's where you can get at me. Lewis is inside. Misses the net. 3 on the shot clock. Joma head hunting, and the shot clock's going to expire on the Rebels, who are up by a touchdown right now with 3:40 to play in period 2. Dylan Kerr backing into his defender. Has Leung in the corner. Aaron pass intended for Pickering. Ends up in the Crude bench. Teams have played 3 times this year. Fort Saskatchewan's won 12-11, 16-7, and 9-7. That 9-7 game in St. Albert, the Crude were up 7-6 with a minute to play. One of the wilder games I've seen all season long. Crude Rebels rarely disappoints, and you rarely get blowouts like this as Baker tacks on, and it's 9-1. Jackson Baker has his second of the game. He gets Peck dancing, back-to-back goals for number 11, and it's 9-1 for the Fort. Got his D-man taking that step north, and he heads south around him, splits the 2 defenders. Johnny will tell you it's in with his signal as he beats Jordan Peck to make it 9-1 for the Rebels. Pickering trying to pick the top corner, and it's going to go all the way down to his own goaltender. Jordan Peck has it, and he'll dump it down for Ben Reno. Peterson for Joma. Inside as Seth McKenzie was cutting down the middle. Peterson now trying to lay an extra body check here. Last time these two teams are playing in this one, and they'll just say, I thought Peterson might be getting a penalty there for a second, but they'll just give the Crude possession. Fourth meeting, and it's the last one of the season as Tate Wedman goes short side. It's now 9-2. Crude get one back with 2:03 to play in period number 2 as Tate Wedman goes near side on Bowen Carpenter to bring the lead back down to a touchdown. It's a nice shot right around his defender. Goes low to the stick side on Bowen Carpenter. Not a bad shot right there. Crude have 2 in the game. Josh McCallion now, the big man, stepping in to take face-offs against Cale Harris. Caden Pickering now, try to go near side, stopped by Carpenter. Albrecht worked off the ball by Wedman, and that shot got blocked. Crude putting a little pressure on here with 95 seconds left to go in the middle frame. Wedman, same shot he scored on earlier. This time he rings the pipe. Josh McCallion. Pass got deflected, and it's grabbed by Ducharme. He'll go for a run. Dominic Ducharme's on a breakaway, and he's robbed by Carpenter. Kerr's got it again. Kerr will drive on McCallion, trying to go up top, and he's stopped by Carpenter one more time. Reed low, 45 seconds to play in period number 2. Rebels would love double digits. Peterson bounces it wide. Miller scrim shot. Getting an offensive shift, I guess. Shot goes by Peterson. McKenzie had the rebound all alone, and he overran it. Up to Peterson, and he'll want a timeout with 22.9 seconds left. He can turn off the shot clock. Fort Saskatchewan will go 6-on-5, most likely, as Darren Bray and company draw up a play. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the Junior A Miners beat the Saskatchewan SWAT 12-5 today. The Mountain View Mavericks beat Lethbridge 14-9 in Junior Beast action. Rocky View. Well, per the website, it's 8-6. It says it's live. I don't know if that's fully been updated yet. But we'll just say it was 8-6 at one point, so that may or may not be a final. The Edmonton Warriors beat the Beaumont Outlaws 22-9. The Edmonton Miners, the Senior B Miners that is, beat the Fort Saskatchewan Senior Rebels 18-0 this afternoon. Matty Hebert pitches the shutout. You don't see that too often. Tier 2 action, the Lakeland Extreme are up 5-0 on the Parkland Posse. Would assume Riker gambles between the net if the Extreme haven't let in a goal yet in this one. That one, pardon me. Well, they're not going to go 6-on-5. Bowen Carpenter goes back between the pipes, and it'll be 5-on-5. Jackson Baker has the ball. Lefty strong look right now. Fodchuk and Peterson out there. McCallion inside for Peterson. He takes a big hit by Searson. Peck makes the save. Crude have it with 10 seconds left. Crude are going to get a chance here. Leong, bounce pass, and he can't control it. Well, that sums up the first 2 periods for St. Albert. 9-2. Fort Saskatchewan leads. 40 down, 20 to go. We're back after the break with period number 3 on CROW LAX TV. Well, we're back underway for period at number 3 in the Jubilee Recreation Center. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. Connect on Twitter at Janner on PXP. If you got any fun facts you want to shout out, you can let us know. Taylor Cornfield's 13th birthday. 13th, that is. Happy birthday to you. And Josh McCallion's got a 10 spot on the board for the Rebels early in period number 3. Josh McCallion has his second of the game for Fort Saskatchewan as he drives to the net. And he beats now. It's Carson Martel between the pipes for the Crude, and it's 10-2 Fort Saskatchewan. Quick little wipe of the floor. And we'll get back underway here in Fort Saskatchewan. Now, I did say it's the last game in the old JRC. That was meant as there's some major renovations coming, so they're likely not going to be playing here next summer. I don't know if we're breaking any news, but they'll be likely playing in Josephburg. Unless plans change, of course, that could obviously happen. But for Fort Saskatchewan, it'll look a lot different. Jackson Baker now. Push back, and it's in front for Baker again after Fodchuk fed him. Huge save by Martel. Back the other way. Crude have a chance in transition. I think Carpenter might have got a piece out of his shoulder before it ends up behind the net. Shots were 38-26 in favor of Fort Saskatchewan after 40 minutes of play. Stetson's up top. For Kerr. Kerr may or may not have scored in that first period. We'll let the video replay decide. I guess the refs don't have access to video replay. Oh boy, that would be funny in Junior B. Imagine how many times we would go to that. Be hilarious. Okay, here's Calix Simonson down the floor. Right side, and for McKenzie. Leung is in there as well. McKenzie comes out with it. For McCallion. It's Joma. Back for Simonson. Joma, 15 on the shot clock. McKenzie, long range shot. Save is made by Martel. The affiliate. I believe he's a first year U17 player. So not draft eligible. If my Google research is telling me right. Again, it could be wrong, and if it is, someone correct me in the comments. But Martel, the affiliate, getting called up for this one. Ben Reno behind the net. He'll run it up here. Go for a little bit of a jog. Brother Jack. Two of them spent time on the Crude last season. Here's Fodchuk. Open the scoring in this game. Josh Fodchuk in his 5th game in Rebel Red has 6 goals. And a hard pick got called, so it'll be St. Albert possession. Partial break, and the shot from Drader goes over the net and out of play. Baker now around Duchamp. He'll be in the corner. 16:15 left to play. Period number 3. Ethan Peterson's up top. Peterson pushed back by Leung. Good defense. Jackson Baker out in front. Save made by Martel. And now Peterson and Leung are having words. Cooler heads will prevail, but the conversation continues. Tate Wedman for Caden Pickering. Pickering, low shot, whips it wide. Well, they'll say Carpenter got a piece of it. And here goes Tyson Lewis. His twin scored early in the game. Does he have one in him? Back for Carter Albrecht. We'll see if the physicality ramps up in this one. Vodchuk spins around Searson. Searson laid out Ethan Peterson to end period number 2. Vodchuk with the twister goes wide. McCallion has it. Shot clock expiring. Put it on goal, and Martell makes a save. I would say an 8-goal lead is insurmountable at this point, but we saw the Riders come back against Calgary. Just CFL action, and then Calgary ended up winning. CFL, what a league. Crude have it now. 15:28 left to play, period number 3. Schaff, inside feed. Wedman rips one off the post. Grabbed by Ben Raynaud, and he'll wait for the offensive experts now to hop out on the floor. For what we normally see Rebels and Crude, it'd be considered a low event game, but this is the first time in I don't know how long that these two teams both haven't been in the playoff picture. Baker across to Calix Simonson. If you remember, they played that thrilling playoff series last year. Trey Stewart stood on his head. Rebels swept in 2 despite being heavy underdogs. Reed low on the run. He'll rip it off the post, and it's going to bounce down to Bowen Carpenter. Now, if you're Bowen Carpenter, you probably want to just let that one bounce around, eat some more clock. I see Eric LeBlanc is putting on his gear, though, and maybe we'll get a battle of the backups here to close out this one. Calix Simonson inside. Good kick save there by Martell. Josh Vodchuk. Shot got soaked by Ryan McBride. Pardon me, that's Cale Harris. Simonson's on the back check. Harris inside, and he scores. End to end, Cale Harris finds the back of the net, and it's 10-3. Looks like that'll be the end of Bowen Carpenter's night, and I don't think it's a pull for bad play. It's a pull for catch your rest, kid. You've done just fine. There's a good back check as well, and Cale Harris just muscles his way to the net. Goes stick side high on Bowen Carpenter, and the lead's down to a touchdown in the JRC. So it's 10-3 with 13:45 left to go in regulation. Ben Raynaud turns on the Jets. He might have a breakaway, and it's off the post. Brendan Schaff for Dylan Kerr. Kerr now bounces it off the post and out of play. Crude have hit multiple posts here in this game. Stenson won't get the pass off quick enough as the D circle around Kerr. Pickering now. Low cut. Takes a hack from Albrecht. Penalty up coming against Fort Saskatchewan. Wedman has it. 6-on-5. Leung, the extra attacker. Leung will take the shot. Save made by LeBlanc. And St. Albert's going to the power play. They're 1 for 3 so far on the power play. And the load marker came from Simon Leung. Stenson's up top, and he scores. Avery Stenson has his first of the game. It's a power play marker, and it's 10-4 in the JRC. Second power play goal of the game for St. Albert, and they cut the lead down to 6 here with 12:38 to play in regulation as Avery Stenson beats Eric LeBlanc. Lewis inside, trying to go 5-hole on Kirsten Martell. Well, 6 goals in 12 minutes certainly isn't impossible. But it's a steep hill to climb right now for the St. Albert Crew. Dylan Kerr. It would be such a Crude Rebels thing, though. Pickering shot, stopped by LeBlanc. Walsh is going to get called on the push as he threw Pickering into the boards. Schaff cuts underneath, get around his defender, and LeBlanc got a piece of it. Pickering defended by Walsh. For Leon. Skip feed, picked off. Here goes Rylan Walsh, the big man. Hits the brakes on Pickering. Now he's going to try spin underneath. He's got support up top, but a penalty's coming against St. Albert. McKenzie to McCallion. Hard pick got set by Walsh. And those two are going to have words, and a 10-minute misconduct is going to get called as well on Walsh. So that'll be the end of his night. And I think the quick trigger fingers is just to avoid a brawl at all costs between these two North Division rivals. The Sheriff has left the floor with 11:13 left to go in period at number 3, and the refs will explain themselves to Carter Albrecht and company. So the Crude were getting the first penalty, and then the Rebels took the second, I do believe. Each team has 2 on the board, as Chase Richardson as well got a minor on that play. Kalik Simonson will serve the penalty to Rylan Walsh. So he got a 10-minute misconduct as well, so he's done for the game. And it'll be Rebels possession, 4-on-4. You can open up the floor. Reed low to the middle. Save is made by Martell. Eric LeBlanc's got to scoop it back in his own zone. Less than 11 to play in regulation here. Fort Saskatchewan Rebels, St. Albert Crew on CROW LAX TV. Another doubleheader tomorrow coming your way as well, all for free. All you got to do is hammer that subscribe button for us. Jackson Baker towards the net, and he scores, but he steps in the crease. It did look like Baker's right foot touched inside there, and the lead stays at 6. Inside, LeBlanc makes the save on Leon. Ethan Hackett cuts underneath on Leon. Pardon me, that's Matthew Vetch. Ethan Peterson. Over to Joma. Joma's got 1 in the game. Now he goes 5-hole, and the save is made by Carson Martell. Boy, this youngster's look good between the pipes here. I think this is definitely going to be on his highlight tape when the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League draft comes around. Schaff ends up on the concrete, stripped by Reynaud, and here goes Ben Reynaud. Had Albrecht with them. They decide to wait and eat a little bit more clock. Reno hands it off to Fodchuk. He'll burn around Schaff. Defended by Kerr now. Baker has Fodchuk come in to set a pick. Feeds it to Lowe, and Lowe scores. The little dip and dunk for Reed Lowe, and it's 11-4. Fodchuk opens up the space, and Reed Lowe makes him pay. He's got a hat trick in this one, and the Rebels are back up by 7. Wasn't even a full far side fake, but he pulls it short side on Carson Martel, and it's in the back of the net to make it 11-4. Miller scrim shot back the other way, stopped by Carson Martel. So I'm getting confirmation from the one and only Mo Joma that Martel still does have another year of U17 left. As what I told you earlier, I just didn't have full confirmation on that one. So thanks to Mo for chiming in, because this kid looks like the real deal here. Shot by Wedman, stopped by LeBlanc. Matthew Vetch is going to burn around Wedman. Up the floor for Seth McKenzie. Searson, the lone defender. Pass over to Lewis, and he bobbled it. Finds Peterson. Ethan Peterson. Shot got blocked by Searson. The two of them well acquainted at the end of period number 2. Lewis for Joma. Back to Fodchuk, and they'll see he stepped in the crease. Wedman. Back for Leung. Leung now. Shot got soaked by Carter Albrecht. And then Reynaud takes a high crack on the helmet by Schaff. Air mailed one up to McCallion. McCallion's got it behind the net. Less than 10 to play in the third, so likely that's why there's no retribution after that high shot. Thankfully, no one was injured. Rebels possession. Reed Lowe walks inside and he scores. A carbon copy of his last one. Reed Lowe's got 4 in the game, and the Rebels have a dozen. You see Reed Lowe, top righty, has the ball. Pick got set. He just walks his way straight in. The C parts, he cuts toward Martel, and there's nothing Carson Martel can do on that. Good pick, poor defense. Have your own say. Reed Lowe's got 4, and the Rebels are up by 8. Simonson gets called for a face-off violation. Kerr for Wedman. To Leung. His pass goes wild, and it ends up in the stick of LeBlanc. Up for Albrecht. Now to Fodchuk, and Fodchuk bobbled it. Defender ran right past it as well. He almost got away. Strike 1, strike 2, and now St. Albert settles it down. Less than 7 to go in regulation. Rebels up 12-4. They beat it by 9 earlier in the year. They're up by 8 right now. Unfamiliar territory for these two North Division rivals. Pickering. Pass behind his teammate, and Seth McKenzie gets it behind the goal. Airmail to Joma on a break, and he scores. Stark Joma's got another. It's 13-4. McKenzie fires the long bomb up the floor, and Tarek Joma goes the other way on Carson Martell, pulls it stick side to make it a 13-4 game. Rebels put up a 5 spot in the first period. They put up 4 in the second. They've got 4 in the third right now, and they're out shooting the Crude 52-34 as well. Peterson, save made by Martell. Fodjuk got ran over from behind, never had the ball. So it'll be a fresh 30 clock. McCallion into the corner. Lewis up top for Peterson. Back to Joma. Peterson inside and he scores. The captain converts. It's 14-4. Ethan Peterson's got his first of the game, and it's now a 10-goal lead for Fort Saskatchewan. Perfect pass out in front. He goes glove side high on Martell, and it's now 14-4 for the home side. Eric LeBlanc makes the save. Rebound still hopping out in front where Reese Walsh scoops in. And he throws this one away. Tristan Anderson off the bench quickly. He's back in his own zone. Kerr trying to get around Lewis. 32 goals on the season. Almost had number 33, but Eric LeBlanc says no. Miller scrimshot. The outlet to Reese Walsh. Do you think Eric LeBlanc's going to be intimidated by playing at this level? I think you'd say otherwise. He got his experience last year as well. A very capable goaltender on the Junior Beast Tier 1 circuit. Baker. Pass goes behind Simonson. For Walsh. Now Baker has the stick ripped out of his hand, but the shot clock's going to expire on him with 4:09 left to play in regulation. Caden Pickering, Stinson, Leung, far side, scores. Simon Leung's got his second, and it's 14-5. Simon Leung had 26 points coming into this one. Has his second goal of the game now on the Crew, down by 9. Goes stick side on Eric LeBlanc. Peterson in front of the penalty boxes for Calix Simonson. No look pass. Maybe should have been looking on that one. Josh McCallion now hits the brakes. Pick got set by Lowe. Passes a little behind him, so it slowed it down. Flip for Peterson. Ball's on the ground as Harris had his stick knocked out of his hands. McKenzie down the middle. Big save made by Martell. Calix Simonson. One hopper for Joma. Joma's got 2 in the game. Fodchuk just won against his former team. Inside, Joma for the hat trick. Martell says no. Fodchuk. Peterson to McCallion. Simonson. Fodchuk. Going short side. Harris blocked it. Lewis, the last defender, out on Drader. Schaff with the ball. 2.5 minutes to go here in period at number 3. Pickering for Leung. Flip to Kerr inside. Big kick by LeBlanc. Jackson Baker to McCallion. Lewis for Baker. Baker to McCallion. Flipped up high, and it's going to end up on a play. Less than 2 to play in regulation, and the Rebels are on their way to sweeping this season series. Kerr. Shot got stopped by LeBlanc. Rebound, Hack at the outlet for Reese Walsh. She's got Matthew Vetch up the floor with him. And Reed Lowe. Walsh, pass deflected by Schaff. Seth McKenzie for Ethan Peterson up top. The captain happy to sit back. Peterson will let the clock run down. And he'll flip it on to Martell. Keeps the clock running, and the Crude, well, I'd assume they go for offense here. You might as well try tack one more on. Kerr down for Leung. Leung has Schaff up top. Schaff stripped by Albrecht, and Seth McKenzie has it now. About a 7-second differential shot clock, game clock, so the Rebels can hold on to it and pretty much run this one down here. The Crude hopping on the floor, maybe a little bit early, but they'll fall to 4-15 on the season. Fort Saskatchewan 15-4. And despite a wild Sunday ahead of us, Fort Saskatchewan's going to finish second in the North, and they'll play the Beaumont Outlaws in round number 1. Final shots on goal, 55-37. Eric LeBlanc finishes up what Bowen Carpenter started. Rebels sweep the Crude 4-0 on the season against their North Division rivals. Final score tonight, 14-5. Thanks for joining us on CROW LAX TV. We are back here tomorrow, 2 o'clock. It's a winner-take-all game. Fort Saskatchewan Senior B Rebels against the Beaumont Outlaws. Winner of that one gets into the playoffs. Loser calls it for a season after. That'll be the Beaumont Outlaws and Fort Saskatchewan Rebels at 5 o'clock. That's a preview of round number 1. For myself, Cody Jansen, the entire CROW LAX team will sign off for the evening and talk to you tomorrow. Be sure to hammer that subscribe button. And, of course, find me on Twitter at Janner on PXP. Final score from the JRC, 14-5. Rebels beat the Crude.